Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So in today's video we are going to be doing something a bit different, and it all stems from a thought that I had the other night. And yes, I know I'm not known for my thinking, and it did hurt quite a bit, but I was thinking sort of, what would I choose if I was told that I could only ever play one game per console for the rest of my life. So essentially, what would be my sort of desert island discs with regards to video games? And I thought, you know what, this could actually make a really good video. So I am going to basically be going through today my desert island discs for everything PlayStation. So with that, let's roll the intro and then we'll get into the games that I've chosen. Okay, so we are going to dive straight into it, and there are going to be a couple of rules to this. So originally, the way that I wanted to do this was that it was only going to include games that are in my collection or games that I have previously played. But as I was sort of going through, sort of putting my list together for some of the later consoles, I actually realised that there were consoles there that I hadn't actually played on. That will more come into play with the Sega stuff, but yeah, that is, I think the Sega video is going to be the last one in the series. So today we're going to be doing everything PlayStation. Next time is going to be everything Xbox. Then I'm going to split out the Nintendos into two videos. So we've got the Nintendo consoles, and then we've got the Nintendo handhelds. And then we're going to finish off with the Sega consoles. I'm starting from the sort of 8th gen consoles, if a particular one's got it. So sort of like with the NES and the Master System, they will be included. But everything else, it will be from the first console. So we are going to start today with the PS1. And my choice for the PS1 potentially could be a bit controversial, but it is a game that I absolutely love, and I cannot wait to actually add it to the collection. And it's going to be Dino Crisis. So I have played it before. I actually thought I had it, but obviously whether it's got lost somewhere or I've lent it to someone and just never got it back. But yes, my choice for my PlayStation Desert Island disc is going to be Dino Crisis. I absolutely love that game. I think it is brilliant. Obviously we've got you've got Dino Crisis 2, which yes was enjoyable. I didn't think it was as good as the first one because it was a lot more sort of action centric. But yeah, really like the first one. Obviously I know that I'm sort of missing out on a lot of games, including stuff like Res Evil. I've got cases for all of the Res Evil games. I've actually lost the discs when I was younger, so I'm still sort of trying to get the money together to actually get hold of the discs, so that I do have sort of box complete versions of all the Resident Evils on the PS1. But yeah, I think for this I just had to go for Dino Crisis. Then moving on to the PS2. Now this was one that I sort of had to think about a bit. There was one game, and it was actually the game that I've picked, was quite high up the list as soon as I sort of started thinking about this. And yeah, after sort of looking at sort of all the games we've got in the collection, because I've actually looked recently, and if I remember rightly, I think we've got about 230 PS2 games in the collection, with a couple more I think to add. I don't think I've been very disciplined with actually adding games to my Sort It app. But yeah, so to get to it, the game that we are going to choose on the PS2 is going to be Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now, the reason I've chose this is for two reasons. The main one is that it's actually my favourite Grand Theft Auto. It's the one that I spent the most time on, the one that I played for the longest, sort of after finishing the main campaign. And yeah, it's just one that I sort of go back to whenever I can. I think out of all of the sort of PS2 era GTAs, yeah, definitely. I actually think Vice City is better than San Andreas. Even though in San Andreas you could do more and there was sort of a bigger world. But yeah, so I have chosen GTA Vice City. And I would say, controversially, that this actually pips the like GTA 4, GTA 5 for me. So yeah, that is going to be my PS2 title. Then next up, we are going to go for our first handheld, and it's going to be the PSP. So I did have a PSP sort of when they were sort of out and about. Only had a couple of games for it. I think it was sort of like FIFA, Lego Star Wars, and sort of one other, I think. Or I might have had a couple of UMDs. Didn't really have a big sort of PSP collection. And I think at one point I did actually I sold my PSP, but couldn't. I don't think I could find the games when I sold it. So I just sold the PSP on its own. And yeah, now regret it because it was obviously boxed. It had sort of everything with it. And yeah, I probably didn't sell it for much. But my PSP game of choice is going to be OutRun 2016 Coast to Coast. I absolutely love the OutRun games. And when I had the ability to play this sort of on the go, it was just perfect for me. I have got a couple of different versions of OutRun now. The one that I am really desperate to get hold of, and every time I go to buy it, I'll be honest, I just can't afford it. It's only about £40–45, but it is the Mega Drive version of the original OutRun. It's meant to be the closest to the arcade that you can get without actually having the arcade machine. Say that though, if I could get the deluxe OutRun cabinet and I had the money in the room for it, I would have one because I love it. When I was younger, I used to go to one of the seaside towns in Kent, and they had an arcade there. And whenever I went there, the first thing I did was go straight into the arcade, straight onto this OutRun deluxe cabinet. And the thing that made the deluxe cabinet good was it was one that you actually sat in, and it had sort of your steering wheel, your pedals and everything. But then as you were sort of turning, it would sort of lean. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. If I find a picture of it, I'll stick one up on the screen now. But that's what sort of got me into OutRun. And then yeah, anytime I've seen an OutRun game since, I do tend to grab them. Plus, the music on these games is absolutely epic. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, my PSP choice is OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast. Then we move on to the PS3. So, with the PS3, there was a lot of different titles to choose from. And I think I've ended up going for the title that had the most... I'd say the most effect on me. Not in any sort of profound way or anything like that. It was just a game that, ever since playing it, I've just always remembered it. And initially, it was actually a game that I never even considered playing. It was only the fact that a friend at the time of my wife suggested to play it, and she said that it was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I think I saw it. I saw it on sale one time when I was out and about and decided to pick it up, played it, and it was, yeah, absolutely loved it. And it is Heavy Rain. So it is an FMV game. It is, you literally sort of, essentially you're watching a film with certain points where you interact with the game to define the story. But yeah, if you haven't played this, I would highly recommend it. There was actually, I can't even remember who done it. Yeah, Quantic Dream. So Quantic Dream then done Beyond Two Souls as well, which was the one with Ellen Page and I can't remember his name. He played the Green Goblin in the original Spider-Man films. His name's there. I can't remember his name. But yeah, that was sort of Beyond Two Souls. I've got Beyond Two Souls on the PS3. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. But Heavy Rain, absolutely outstanding game. Highly recommend sort of playing it. Then we move on to the PS4. And I am dead sure that people are going to comment on this one. This was a game that I bought a couple of months ago, so towards the sort of beginning of the year, not long after I started the channel, because it was a game that I did a sort of pickups video for, and it is Shantae, Half-Genie Hero. It's essentially a sort of 3D platformer, well, a 2.5D platformer, sorry. It is brilliant, really is. It's as soon as I got it, I sort of put it in the PlayStation and ended up sort of playing it sort of every night for about 3 or 4 nights, or maybe even a week, just to sort of get through the campaign. Obviously, I was only able to play it in the evenings because of being at work, but yeah, absolutely love it. I really want to get the it's like a box set that I can't remember the company that does the discs. No, I can't remember. I've just had an email from them today about something new that's been released. But yeah, they did sort of a set where they had sort of pretty much all of the Shantae games. I think it was on the Switch, and yeah, really wanted to pick it up, but the problem is they only sell in America, and sort of the shipping fees to sort of get it over here normally sort of doubles it in price. I couldn't afford it, so I missed out on that. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance to sort of play any of the Shantae games, give it a go. As I say, Half-Genie Hero is an absolutely brilliant game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Then we're going to go on to the PS Vita, and I'll be honest, with the PS Vita, I have not really played it at all. I've got one. I've played it briefly, sort of after getting it, but then it was sort of put back in its box and put on the shelf, and I haven't actually had the chance to sort of go anywhere to play it. So yeah, I haven't got that many games for the Vita, so I'm going to cop out a bit with regards to the Vita choice, and I'm going to choose Minecraft. Obviously I love playing Minecraft. It's my what I call time sponge game. So a lot of the times I'll sort of power it up on the PlayStation 5 now. Used to do it on the PS4, and yeah, just literally sort of play it until I sort of give up and go to bed. But yeah, I've only got about 6 or 7 games on the Vita, and out of them, I think Minecraft is the only one that I really know how it plays. And then the final pick for today, which is going to be for the PS5. I haven't got a physical version of this game on the PS5, but I have got one on the PS4, and it is Watch Dogs Legions. Now, the big reason that I picked this was, if I'm honest, this is the only PS5 game that I've played. Now, when I bought it, I actually purposely didn't play it because I knew that I was going to get a PS5, and I wanted to play it. I wanted to play the PS5 version. So yeah, I waited until I got my PS5, and literally the first game that I played in it was Watch Dogs Legions. Once again, I think I sort of sat with it for a couple of nights, maybe up to a week, just literally playing it through to completion. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. I do have 2 PS5 games, and they are, I'm just going to grab them off my shelf down the bottom here. So we've got Spider-Man Miles Morales, and then we've got Resident Evil Village. Both of which I haven't played Spider-Man, and I've played the demo for Resident Evil Village. But what happened with Resident Evil Village is the protagonist in it is Ethan Winters, who was the main protagonist in Resident Evil 7. And I'll be honest, I haven't actually completed Resident Evil 7 yet. I first played it sort of on the VR, probably got about 45 minutes in before I had to take a break, and then just never picked it up again. Then I picked it up again on the PS5. I think once I got my PS5, I played it for a bit before Resident Evil Village come out. And then, yeah, I just haven't had the chance to sort of pick it up again. So I am going to what I do want to do is I want to complete Resident Evil 7 before I play Village, because the story does have some follow-on. So I want to play them first. But yeah, because I haven't actually played either of those two, I sort of didn't want to put them in this list. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the selections that we've made. As I say, there's some there that I absolutely love playing, and I do sort of go back to them quite regularly. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. As I say, the next video will be focused on the Xbox, and that will be out in a couple of weeks' time. I think what I'm thinking of doing is doing one of these videos every 3 weeks, I think it was. So yeah, but have you got a list? What would be your Desert Island discs for the PlayStation series? I was about to say PS5 then. No, the PlayStation series. Sort of, if you had to pick one game that you could pick forevermore on all of the consoles, what would they be? Let me know in the comments down below, and yeah, maybe at the beginning of the next video I can highlight some of the top picks there. But with that said, we are going to wrap it up here. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.